1 Samuel chapter 16. And the Lord said to Samuel, "Until when do you mourn for Saul, and I treat him with contempt, to not reign over Israel? Fill your horn with oil, and come, I shall send you to Jesse, unto Bethlehem. For I have seen one among his sons to me for a king." And Samuel said, "How should I go? For Saul shall hear and shall kill me." And the Lord said, "Take in your hand a heifer of the oxen, and you shall say, I come to sacrifice to the Lord. And you shall call Jesse and his sons to the sacrifice, and I shall make known to you what you shall do. And you shall anoint to me whomever I should tell to you." And Samuel did all as much as the Lord said. And he came unto Bethlehem, and he startled the elders of the city in the meeting him. And they said, "Is your entrance for peace?" And he said, "Peace. I come to sacrifice to the Lord. You should be sanctified, and reclined with me today for the sacrifice." And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass in their entering, that he beheld Eliab, and said, "None other than his anointed is before the Lord." And the Lord said to Samuel, "You should not look upon his appearance, nor unto the manner of his greatness, for I treat him with contempt. For not as a man shall look, shall God see. For man shall see on the surface, but God shall see into the heart." And Jesse called Abinadab, and he went by the face of Samuel. And he said, "Nor this one the Lord chose." And Jesse caused to pass by Shammah, and he said, "Nor in this one the Lord chose." And Jesse caused to pass by his 7 sons before Samuel, and Samuel said to Jesse, "The Lord chose not among these." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Have the boys ceased?" And Jesse said, "There yet is the lesser. Behold, he tends among the flock." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and bring him, for in no way shall we lie down to eat until he comes here." And he sent and brought him. And he was ruddy, with beauty of eyes, and good to the sight. And the Lord said to Samuel, "Rise up, anoint him, for this one is he." And Samuel took the horn of oil, and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. And Spirit of the Lord sprang up upon David from that day and forward. And Samuel rose up, and went forth unto Ramah. And Spirit of the Lord left from Saul, and a ferocious spirit from the Lord smothered him. And the servants of Saul said to him, "Behold, a ferocious spirit from the Lord smothers you. Let speak indeed, O Lord, your bondmen before you. And let them seek to our Lord a man knowing to strum with a lute. And it will be, when the ferocious spirit be unto you by God, that he should strum with his lute, and it will be good to you." And Saul said to his servants, "Look indeed to me for a man rightly skilled for strumming, and bring him to me." And answered one of his servant lads, and said, "Behold, I have seen the son of Jesse, the Bethlehemite, and he knows how to strum. And the man is discerning, and a warrior, and wise in word. And the man is good to the sight, and the Lord is with him." And Saul sent messengers to Jesse, saying, "Send out to me David your son, the one among your flock." And Jesse took an ass, and put upon it a homer of breads, and a leather bag of wine, and 1 kid of the goats, and sent them by the hand of David his son to Saul. And David entered to Saul, and stood before him, and loved him exceedingly. And he became to him the one lifting his weapons. And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, Let David stand indeed before me, for he found favor in my eyes. And it came to pass, in the being a ferocious spirit from God upon Saul, that David took the lute, and strummed with his hand. And Saul was refreshed, and it was good to him, and the ferocious spirit abstained from him.